UFC 275 is upon us. Jiri Prochazka and Glover Teixeira, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you one thing. This fight is probably going to be the greatest light heavyweight bout we've ever seen. Probably in the history of UFC, to be honest. I probably might be exaggerating. But again, it's going to be a fight between Jiri Prochazka, the Czech Republican international, the Czech Republican powerhouse, Jiri Prochazka, versus Glover Teixeira, which is obviously meant to, is scheduled for June, obviously, at UFC for UFC 275 in June. Obviously, it was initially meant for UFC 274 in Brazil. I'm slightly disappointed because I was expecting the fight to take place in Brazil. I mean, having Glover Teixeira fighting in front of a Brazilian crowd defending his title, I mean, he deserves something like that. Do you know what I mean? His contribution towards the UFC is incredible. And at least having that moment of defending a title or fighting for his own title, I was defending his title against Jiri Prochazka in front of a Brazilian crowd would mean a lot to him, to be honest, especially with regard to all this contribution and all he's done for the UFC. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that, but I hope, obviously, UFC 275 will be taking place in Brazil anyways. And for Jiri Prochazka's case, right? I mean, the guy's been incredible. He's literally won 12 fights in a row. He's in a 12-fight winning streak, right? Incredible. And his record is even more impeccable. 28 wins, 3 losses, and just one no contest or one draw. Like, the guy is just incredible. And we all remembered his devastating spinning elbow knockout against Dominic Reyes. We're talking about Dominic Reyes, one of the baddest men to ever grace step foot in the octagon, one of the baddest men or light heavyweight fighters in the UFC. What Jiri Prochazka's done to him was just impeccable, dude. Total dominance, incredible spinning elbow, knocked him out cold, right? So Jiri Prochazka is a dangerous fighter. So what I've noticed is that Polish, Czech Republican, or people from like these areas are just absolutely sensational, incredible, honestly, and the talent is incredible. Whereas obviously Brazil, you've got Glover Teixeira, who is just a legend of the sport, and since he competed for competed for the UFC undisputed light heavyweight title back in April 2014 against John Jones, he lost. It's unfortunate, but everyone thought he was done. He's an old man and all of that. But to win the title, and the way he's done it as well against Jan Blachowicz at UFC 267 in October, was just fantastic, mate. I think all credit to the guy, all credit to a man who's about 44 years old to do what he's done. But again, going into this fight, I think that age is going to play a factor. If Jiri Prochazka can defend Glover Teixeira's wrestling, if he can at least neutralize his, or nullify his wrestling and defend his takedowns really well, I think on the feet, I think Jiri Prochazka is going to have the advantage, to be honest. Prochazka's takedown defense hasn't really been perfect. It's about 75% in the UFC, right? Roughly about 75% takedown defense. Though it's okay, but it's not the best takedown defense we've seen in UFC history, you know what I mean? But Glover Teixeira is certainly going to be willing to exploit or take advantages of his sort of like lack of wrestling experience. And we saw him do the same thing to Jan Blachowicz. We all thought Jan Blachowicz was easily just going to knock Glover Teixeira out, but he failed miserably. He went in and he was successful in the first round or maybe the second round, but when Glover got the takedown, he just totally dominated the guy. Totally incredible, honestly. Incredible takedown, incredible submission. And before that, he had an even more incredible performance against Anthony Smith. Why do you think Anthony Smith has missed a lot of his teeth, right? It's because of what Jiri Prochazka done. Not Jiri Prochazka, it's what Glover Teixeira has done to him. So it was a dominant performance from Glover Teixeira. So he's beaten people way younger than him. It's just incredible, honestly. Absolutely sensational. Though this fight is going to be a bigger test for Glover Teixeira than his previous fight against Jan Blachowicz or the one he had against Anthony Smith, right? But I think it's also going to be a huge challenge. Jiri Prochazka, it really will be a challenge for the guy, to be honest. I mean, though he has been in the UFC for a while now, I mean, he's made his UFC debut back in 2020, I think, somewhere in mid-2020 when he defeated Volkan Oezdemir. But again, he's in his experience in the UFC or contending for title, the title as Glover has. So going into this fight, Glover certainly will have the experience, and age can be a factor though. So would age be sort of like to Glover's detriment, or would it be to Glover's advantage? We don't know, but we'll certainly see, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. But this is going to be an incredible fight. It will be an incredible fight, and I'm certainly going to give my predictions in the next video I'm going to make about this particular fight anyways. But what's even more interesting is that, as I've mentioned earlier, it's sad that it's not taking place in Brazil. That's something that I'm slightly disappointed about. But it will be taking place maybe in Brazil, actually, in June instead of May. But we'll see what's going to transpire. And Glover's record, really, he's really had about exactly 40 fights throughout his professional career, making his MMA debut back in 2002, right? So the guy's been around. 33 wins and 7 losses. 33 wins and 7 losses. And the most finishes in UFC light heavyweight division with 13 finishes and submissions with 7, all the highest, by the way. So certainly Prochazka needs to be very careful because Glover does have a history of finishing people, also has a history of submissions, and he has the highest in both categories in UFC light heavyweight history. So my prediction is going to be in the next video, certainly, but this fight is going to be absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. So I do certainly appreciate you lot taking the time, obviously, watching this video. It means a lot. I just want to know what your predictions about this fight is. What are your predictions? Who do you reckon is going to win? Do you think Glover's going to win? And if so, why do you think it's going to win? And if you think Jiri Prochazka is going to win, if so, why do you think Jiri Prochazka is going to win, ladies and gentlemen? Obviously, appreciate the time, appreciate the support and all of that. And see you until next time. Make sure to smash the like button though down below. Comment and subscribe if your notification bell's turned on. Just, you know what I mean? The bell's turned on so that you can be the first person to be notified anytime I upload a video. I would really appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. It would mean a lot, ladies and gentlemen. See you later. Have a good day. Peace.